Fast forward, one was more by Richard Association as one say Halsey, a GH politics insider. Political stories are trying to make headlines. Nigeria need to be Akroma, Ewaha, need him young Braxium, and a did Kanya. Message to be subscribe to the channel. Hit notification bell, share now for friends of answer into me. And need him young Braxium, your moon right in Sim. Yana will job comment under the comment section. The Amame Nana Adodankwa Akufuado, and then appointees, and a manoka say. A kukuda matrasi and easy for na mattress. A lot has been stolen. Ronaldo mobile pa accountability there. You are going to do it. On bubu hu akwanta e di achre o mine. Eja akodo no mu abom papa a umotimi atu apeti e NPP aswe ya menoka se omu ehihie omu enya asem go to akra. At this point in time, you mu ransom in Reniaco and Idiaba. She knows what I'm saying. I say AGH politics insider.
Updated us on the cases, the oral cases that is before him that they are working on. And I must say that he's doing a very good job. I know some people are saying, so Debiana or Bapres, but how else will we know how much was stolen by these NPP people? And for some of us, we are happy that everything is out in the open and in the public and nothing is being covered. Say, Papa Ebeka, Ebonia Ebeka. And Uncle Sosa should let us know the people who need to be held accountable and would hold them accountable because a taxpayers' money won't mean in millions. And Alista, these people didn't just steal. They stole in millions. They are millionaire thieves.
Yeah.
Millionaire thieves. These NPP appointees, they stole in millions, and you can't blame them. You can't blame them because none of them was held accountable under Nanado.
Yeah.
Nanado would clear you. Ya Cecilia Dapa. Ya Cecilia Dapa kra. You $1 million. Eshe pass. It's not 1 million Ghana cedis. So $1 million. Eshe pass simple. She was cleared. That is what gave them the vim and the power to know that I can do whatever I want. I can put my hand in the coffers and get away with it. And see, if the person leading or your boss Onoankasano wafaneba amano contract for Ministry of Finance 34 million to supply ambulance spare parts. Akroma. Painting of underbridges. Yamano 25 million. Akroma. And say, if the boss is chopping, won't they chop? Yeah. They will chop. And say, I'm very happy that Ayini, and then I may catch a Madame Fubisi, Ayini Ejumano, Edimpa, but I feel sorry for him because it's not easy going after people. They will try and even attack you spiritually and all that. But he's still going strong, and some of the cases that he touched on was Unibank. I think he cleared the air on Unibank. The allegation was that they had stolen money, and he explained that was not what had happened. I think statements the Bank of Ghana, no, they tried to inflate figures so that they would get their alliances going and all that. And see, there's a penalty for putting out wrong figures. It's not that they stole money. And I think what he's trying to do is to, as much as possible, retrieve monies that is owed the state, rather than just punishing people and throwing them in jail. Because he mentioned, the case was brought home so that they would go into arbitration and see how much money they can retrieve for the state. I think they've agreed on some amount that Unibank would be paying, and some personalities there would be paying. And they have put up landed properties and so on. So the state is getting some of the money back. It's better than getting nothing and then throwing people into jail. I believe that our justice system must really be looked at. Because, for instance, minor offense to say, traffic violation. Now, you walk to jail for 5 years. Traffic violation in other jurisdictions, you get to do communal labor. Maybe a park, say for 1 week, or you pay a fine. And see, we must look at some of these methods and not just throw every person who commits a crime into jail, because sometimes when you come back, you can never find your feet again. You are done for life. You are broken. You are broken for life. And see, I'm happy say we are taking other measures. And then he also mentioned say they're about to set up some tribunals. It's very, very good. I think say Yatna Hakra Akada. Yatna Hakra Akada. Yatna Hakra Akada. So that will be fast. Yes, that will be fast track. So you case neba and ya fe na ye ko high court then na ya journey for another 10 years now, they will be out of power, and then they be at 20-30 years ye ni hana yes you nipa no is free to work. Into tribunals are going to make sure say the people would be held accountable. Into when him say who can ghost list one, it's coming. And then I hear that wound to me, my friend wound to me.
Hey, he's your friend.
my friends wound to me charges are ready. Yes, the charges are ready. Into by next week, the be born in this one man. Into that is good news. That is good news. Yes, that is good news. Welcome news. Into Ayini is doing very well. He's doing very well. He should continue, because we campaigned on the basis of accountability.
I say he's not in the rush.
No, because he's not. We are Russia. If you want to just do things in a rush, you will fail, because you have to kind of say cross your T's and dot your I's. Yeah. And he has to make sure he has the evidence. Even with the National Service one, he said he was about to charge them this week, but a new evidence has come up at the Bank of Ghana, where some amount about running into millions of dollars have just been discovered. Boss, Asebi, you pronounce it Asebi something, the former boss for National Service. Asibe, yeah, I think he signed those checks. And they would investigate and look into those the amount that they just discovered at the bank. So they want to investigate that before the final charges are brought. And I think that he's a very good lawyer. He wants to make sure that Okodu Kota and Rebecca say you don't have enough evidence now. Because sometimes in a hurry to prosecute your political opponents, you may rush. Guilty. Don't forget that the punishment for these things is sometimes it's life changing, because who could spend 20 years, 30 years for in someone not to say you are every mukoba crying solo mukoba and so may he so rest in peace. And it's people's lives at stake. If you are making accusations against people, you have to make sure that you have a good case against them. And that is what Honorable Ayini is doing. He's trying to make sure that he has all the evidence ready into Omukokota. Evidence in the court, so the reasonable doubt can be raised by the opponent. Yeah. But when you have as a prosecutor, when you are speaking as a lawyer, as a prosecutor, when you have your evidence ready and before the judge, nothing. He's doing the right thing. Yeah. We should give him the time to continue to do his work. Those saying that Oba Press don't know, Honorable, please continue to brief us. We want to know the status of these cases, so that people will understand that it is not just because we are in power we are trying to witch hunt down. They have to know the extent, because Oman Omuka say Ghana for no mure. If we don't we don't put some of them make some of them pay, in the next 3 years or 4 years they would come and say we only accuse them and we only used oral as propaganda and none of them is in jail. So in the next 3 years, some of them must be guessed at in Sawam.
Very well. I just say, Mutia, Cameroon to me, no matter to see you final. I discuss Kosum painting some more, because they are obeyed now. That's soon. The bedroom baby now destination. I day assistant at the amount. The faster that my left kit capsule from Medimosis, Victory Garlic Mesa, Adum Survey and General Construction, Safari Valley Eco Resort, Medimosis Clinic and Herbal Center, Sanso and a Power Specialist Hospital, S Natural Mineral Water, and Hebron Hills International School. Monday, the 28th of July, 2025. Alistair, over to you.
Mrs. Wakani, but Mekabi, quickly. A bad law and a bad justice, the wheels of justice, they say grind slowly. So you see or you perceive that the Ministry of Justice and Attorney General is moving at a tortoise pace, but they'll get there. Yes, because they don't want to miss any point along the way. And they want to get it right at the final place, which is the court, so that when the justices sit, they'll know that we have a case to deal with and to punish people. So I like the approach. You won't be paying. You won't Chief Justice be. No a patapa gidi. Jay kufo pamono. Unimino. So if you are made Attorney General, you must learn from the lessons of the past. You understand? And begin to know that in political prosecution, whichever way you want to put it, you have to be careful in order, like she alluded to, you dot your I's and cross your T's. Yes, he was making mistakes all of yes, he was in a rush. He was even begging witnesses to come and lie about tattoo forcing. You see now, tattoo forcing is forcing to make the economy work. Look at all those people; they are enemies. So they are part of the examiners. So Markins, phony be Nasifono, and this are Attorney General. What did we do? 60-40. Next time, Mugabe. No, look at the man Dominic Ayeni and look at his deputy, Justice Srem Srai. You don't know that combination, eh? This is University of Ghana and UPSA combination. People who have stood in the classroom to train lawyers and judges who are now in charge of the prosecution process. Are you really afraid? Me I sleep. The democracy is not like
Srim say.
Me na me catch you.
Srim say.
What are you people talking about? Me say na me can they don't sleep. Dominic Ayeni, for instance, he taught at the university for over 25 years. If I'm like, check, find out. He knows the law.
He taught me.
Yes. Yes.
When I was doing my masters.
What? So watch him. Today at the presidential series, saw an upright personality. Somebody who is forthright with the law. He will not use the law to persecute his opponents. He's only doing the right thing on behalf of the state. He knows his job. He's on top of the processes. Like I said, he's in control and he's prepared to get it right once and for all. So for me, I have no doubts about what he presented today on national television. I was highly enthused. At one point, I was in my room when he enumerated the things. Look at the National Service Secretariat. The National Service Scheme in Bayern, you're going to Kutu a Champon, 1973. Other ones had been running. The Workers' Brigade had been running under Akroma. Then under Buzia too, they brought a workers' scheme also in order to take care of those people who had just completed school. So the National Service Scheme was introduced by Achampon. Achampon was shot in 1979 for less than an equivalent of 50,000, of which he had paid 32,000 of it. At the time, the cedi to dollar was 2 cedi 75 pesos. Somebody should calculate at home how small that money was in terms of dollar. Today you have people, small boys who they are not 50, fifth floor, listen, they are not 50 yet. They have stolen 498 million Ghana cedis.
It's more than that. I'm talking about national service.
National service.
It's about 582.
No, okay, Ameko. Look at you people. You have gone to destroy the scheme. Do you know what 582 million can do for the transformation of the national service scheme? Do you know the problems of the national service scheme itself? Go and find out those who go to do national service. We did it after A level and did it. Do you know the problems in there? Please. And then you manage to squeeze out all this money and squeeze it out from the national service. You know, this thing was not done by these young persons. Mugabe, there was a big criminal at the top. Maybe somebody I will call a senior advisor when it comes to stealing in government. He had the practice of it in his previous experience. Somebody who alleged that he sold books that he shouldn't have sold. Nanado put him where he shouldn't have put him, and he was beyond reach. Domlevo, you know, yes.
But talking about that, you recall that under Kufuor, their was it their national chairman or their chief of staff was caught on record saying that when appointees steal, they need to bring 10% to the party.
Yes.
Do you remember?
Yes, what's his name?
It was their chief of
Haruna Ezeku.
Yes, Haruna Ezeku.
Yeah, kickback.
So it is part of the DNA of the NPP.
Yes,
they accept stealing by appointees. Into when you steal, it's okay. So far as you come and pay into the coffers of the NPP, they would collect the 10% that comes to them. So this is not the first time. It is an organized crime.
That's what I'm saying.
Organized crime by government to steal from government coffers, and it is endorsed by the presidency. Right at the chief of staff place down to whoever is there. So they understand the language. Go and steal, come and pay 10% and take care of yourself.
It's a crime.
They have a history of it.
Yes.
And Haruna Ezeku, everybody knows what I'm talking about. He was caught on record. He was recorded and saying that was saying bring 10%. And Kufuor.
Yes.
Papa Nana or chief of staff, no. Chief of staff at the time.
Mugabe, send America no. Wabosu wasensi supi. That is an organized crime. It's a chain of thievery from the top, organized from the center of government. They put certain people at certain places to go ahead, or they come up with the schemes and then they endorse it. Go ahead. This one, it will not see public scrutiny, so that they bring the money to the center. Either because you don't know where they get the money for campaign for. Look at the campaign they ran. On election day, they were sharing money. One of the persons implicated in the national service scheme, she has a football team. When she gets to the park, I know quite here, Sika Ocheno, Oche 200 CD notes, no, a bit chawonsa. Brand new, fresh. A bit,
I say for some guy. I say
enough elections will there be? So mujo musika na want to amanu no.
What they say.
Mugabe.
Omuji scanner no more they say agents you start to
sir Mugabe. And interestingly, Ambassador made an interesting point that they are millionaire thieves. High Commissioner. Sorry, let me put it rightly.
To the United Kingdom.
Yes. Look, he says they are millionaire thieves. Mugabe Tiu, you were one city, you were tens. They are millionaire thieves. No. I want to show you the level of the Omuya millions. Millions is to the seat power. Because you were one city without a zero. Then there were 10 city with 1 0. 100 city with 2 zeros. Then you have 1,000, 3 zeros. Then 10,000 with 4 zeros. Then 100,000 with 5 zeros. She's talking about 1 million. 6 zeros. Omuye sika na. Omuye sika ase wo throw paper so a 0000 nkwansia ewe tire. Enye sika kuma no muwia no. So there is a scheme. They are millionaire thieves. That's what I'm saying. How do you put an electrician from Winneba to go and be board chairman at ECG? Then when he electrifies 490 million, you cannot account for it. You come and sit there and then you tell me what? I don't know electrician that or no, or did the Sako gather water or he came to the road farm, we saw him, then he said he should go ahead electricity company. That one to crime scene he created. They bring the money to the center and somebody controls it. Now me and Nameka say I'm happy that Dominic Ayeni and Justice Remsai, look, you will see, you people will clap at the end of the term. Now when you're talking, I heard you say in Sawam. Why do you take them to Sawam?
I could say.
Thank you, Mugabe. If you take them to Sawam, you are taking them to an international university. You understand? Yes, it's like 900 years. Yes. Oh, Daddy, no, Mugabe. What did you said 2 years in 3 months and 2 years. No, if you are in Akuse for 1 day, it's like 90 days in somewhere. I'm telling you, 1 day. I'm telling you, the suffering you suffer in Akuse. And if you can see in prison, only one door.
Wow.
Yes, if you can see in prison, where is the sun? There's no sound. When we were going there, then they fixed some fans. Ask Mugabe. We'll be truthful about it because the other places didn't have fans. I called Mugabe, said, "Beshe, you won't think no more day we are bahano." And they gave us mattresses. We couldn't sleep. Did you sleep? People were sleeping under our beds. She said, "Me nipansia, I me bunk bed nasi." So I would not sleep. I could not sleep. I'll converse with all of them. Now they are cheap. I was feeling guilty. My conscience, me that mattress too, and no more that form. Charlie, so and that form, sir, what then they say, so I could say, or would you be change soon? Now the Omako Yiji. Thank you, Mugabe. So if you say who can someone be bought for Papa, people will come and steal money like this. No, Debbie, oh dear.
Playing ground.
Obama Mako Bobo, Kwabako, Akukuchi, Akau, Nipa the Blue, Kupichum, no Massa Sacha. Put them to small prisons, prison camps. I'm sorry, I don't mark with room. I could say, Omba Domu, Omu, who back to Kaumu, and Chim Kodo Soba Yamu. Next time, Omupia, Ombo will say, Yasi too.
With hard labor.
Yes, so for now, okay, double names, no. Nidimbako, Kusi, Dimbako, Bako Bako prison, I could say, Nabako da, a Boku prison, a dinner, Nienu, and to be telling you
two identities.
Yes, it was tough for days for her. What see how would transfer no. And that sa 3 days also they call Boku sa 10 years and no year sa next time obey yasia who be dia on Fanisanka. Omufu say look, me I'm happy I support the Attorney General and I know like I told you you cannot teach in the classroom. Yes, and teach so many people, some of them are judges now, and tell me that he does not understand what he's doing. Just that, like I told you, the wheels of justice, they grind slowly. That is why you perceive him as going at a tortoise pace. But we'll surely get there. And we'll surely succeed.
We are aware, say Kusi Boateng, and the NPP government, they knew that he had two identities. I just saw a letter today from the presidency requesting for a diplomatic passport for him. And the letter said, Kwabena Boateng, aka Yao Kusi Boateng. AKA in brackets. In brackets.
Yes,
service name.
Diplomatic.
Yeah. And see, for someone who has two D, AKA, because if it's AKA, okay, your friend is Zita Benson. AKA Mamazi. I'm one and the same person. I'm one and the same person. But on only Diano, he had two different identities, two different personalities, two.
Mamla was a soldier hasi GH Politics Insider podcast stories are training because make headlines. Tajembre need to be exum hasi. That's an so party and not the other be a dominion. Only shim na yam fadi chinsi and science.